There's a special kind of pride that you feel deep down inside, a strength that seems to thrive in Lima, Allen County.
The American way of life, to get in gear and do what's right.
An unbreakable forthright link called real American strength. Lima, Allen County, real American strength. Forever moving forward without forgetting where we've been.
Creativity meets technology, where possibilities never end.
Ohio's strong Midwestern know-how, exploring innovative ideas. Deep rooted but always growing, ever proud of where we live. Lima, Allen County, real American strength.
Keeping you up to date with what's happening in your community. Community Focus on GTV2. Thanks for joining us today on Community Focus. I'm Anne Decker. I'm pleased to welcome to the studio today Justin Blumhorst. He is with Capabilities, and you help people with disabilities find jobs.
Yes, that's correct. We're a vendor for the RSC, and it's the Rehabilitation Services Commission. And what they do, they help get people with disabilities into jobs. We also have some dehabilitation programming through the Board of DD, which also kind of helps people acquire some goals. We also have a workshop in same areas too, so a little bit of everything, honestly.
So who can be coming to you for help?
It's at no cost to the consumers, but basically you have to have a documented disability to work with us through our RSC funding. Now, if you're involved with the Board of DD, you need to have a Medicaid waiver.
Okay, and just any type of disability, whether it's physical, mental, emotional?
Yes, physical, mental, yes. And visible disabilities, too, those are always the big ones, because that's usually not the ones that are really evident to people. But yeah, it could be anything across the board. We've worked with people with mental health problems. We've worked with people who are really developmentally disabled, too. So just all across the spectrum, really.
And what kind of jobs do you find for them?
Well, we've helped lawyers actually find jobs even. If they went through years of schooling and say they have a physical disability, like they can't write with one hand, we can help them. But we went all the way to dishwashers even too. So it's kind of across the board. But there's really that's the thing about a disability, anyone can have one. So it's kind of.
And how do you go about finding the jobs? Do you need the community's help to support your mission?
Yes, definitely. We definitely need to have good connections within the community. Because what we do, like some people, they might not know what kind of job they want to do. So what we can do is actually place them in a job trial and have them try out a job for a few weeks. And at that point, we can come back and say, oh, this is going to be a good job goal for them, or oh, this probably isn't. We need to find a different avenue. What's something else might be good for them?
Well, that sounds like, an ideal opportunity for anyone, really, not just people with disabilities.
Oh, yeah. I know, definitely, because we do some career exploration with people, too. Say maybe some kids who are in transition age, maybe just get out of high school, they might need to do some career exploration and find out, hey, what other jobs are out there and what are going to be good for me in the future. I know I really could have used that when I was younger, so yeah, it's definitely one of those things that anyone could really benefit from these things. But we really focus on people with disabilities because they do have a little bit of more assistance, and that's really what we're there for.
And you can help them with job training as well, so they're capable of performing the jobs?
Yes. We offer some janitorial skills training and also some clerical training. So we can train people kind of how to do some keyboarding skills and how to do some filing skills and working on a computer. That's more on my side, it's the computer side of things. But we also have like a janitorial skills training where they'll be focused just on doing janitorial skills for like 6 weeks, so they can kind of find out how to use definitely good patterns to make sure you get every nook and cranny to be cleaned, because that's definitely, you want to make sure you're really focused on doing that job.
I know you had told me before that you actually pay per hour, when a lot of the agencies that help people with disabilities don't necessarily pay that way.
Yes, because we have a workshop with people with disabilities, kind of like Marimore does. But what we do, it's called We Can Too LLC, and what they do, they pay people by the hour, and we actually pick them up and drop them back off. And we serve people here in Allen County, Auglaize, and Shelby, and a few over Mercer too. And what we do, we'll pick them up and drop them off, but they'll work at our workshop facility. and they'll really try to get as many hours in as possible. And the good thing about that too, because a lot of those are really, a lot of workshops are sheltered where it's only the individuals with disabilities working there, and there we actually have people without disabilities working there too. So we really want to integrate that workforce too, because with people with disabilities, you don't want to really put them in their own communities. You want to integrate them with the rest of the community, just like anybody else would want to be. So. But it's amazing out there too, because we have a guy who's completely blind, but he's just really great about how what he does. We have all kinds of different jobs there, and he'll line things up and you would, like, my wife went in there and met him. We didn't even know he was blind. So it's just really amazing what the people can do there, and just across the board it is.
Well, really, they just need to be given the chance, and that's what you're doing at Capabilities.
Yes, yeah, we definitely like to give people a chance, and we really see that disability isn't really a hindrance to them. It's just more of an opportunity to try to do some things a little bit differently. Because I know on my side, messing with computers too, there's a lot of great assistive technology out there for people. So say if someone's completely blind once again, they can actually use a computer, the screen reading software that'll read off to them. And maybe if they have low vision, they can actually zoom in the computer completely too. And if someone can't type, there's also software where they can just talk into a microphone and it types for them. So there's just, as far as where all that came today, it's just great where it's going and how open it is to people now, because it used to be really limited. If you had a disability, you might not be able to do things quite as much as you could today, but it's really starting to catch up to the point where you can.
Opportunities are almost unlimited anymore.
Oh yeah. It's really, it's just amazing. Because I've been at a college for 5 years, and just where it came from that day to today, like the word prediction software and everything. I think I've read some data. It's like 150% better than it was at that date. So. That technology evolving like that is really catching up to people with disabilities too.
Justin, if people do need assistance or if they want to help out your program and maybe offer people some jobs, how do they get in touch with you?
Yes, we've got an office in St. Mary's. They can call there. We also have job developers that actually bring people to community places to find employment. So if you see them, definitely talk to them and be open, because they're going to have an individual disability with them most times, but they might just be there advocating on a person's behalf too. So if you see them, definitely give them your time and let them kind of hear their story. And but you can also call our facility. We always have people doing job trials. So we've got a lot of great community employment options where people that if they just need a short-term amount of help, we can actually put people in the job trials there, try out the job for a few weeks. And it's at no cost to the employer. And the other great thing is they're paid on our payrolls. You don't have to worry about that either. And obviously the insurance is all covered through us too then.
Justin, what's your phone number?
Yes, our phone number is 419-394-0003. And you can also catch us online. It's www.capabilitiesinc.biz.
Okay, thanks for coming in today.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome. Justin Blumhorst with Capabilities. When we come back, we'll give you an update on what's happening at the Lima Police Department. Right after this on GTV2.
Help keep the youth of Lima safe by donating to Lima Safety City today. Hello, I'm Chuck Eichelberger from the Lima Noon Optimist Club. Safety City is a very important part of the Lima community. The Optimist Club is renovating Safety City and it needs your help. Donations can be made by going to the website limasafetycity.org. You can also send a donation to Lima Noon Optimist Club, P.O. Box 428, Lima, Ohio 45802. Help keep the youth of Lima safe by donating to Safety City today.
Reduce, recycle, reuse. Allied Waste Services and the City of Lima encourage you to live green by recycling all that you can. Recycling promotes green living by reducing the amount of waste materials buried in landfills. This saves money, natural resources, and energy. Keep our environment healthy and start recycling today. Allied Waste Services is committed to a clean environment. Contact us today for your recycling needs. Visit our website, republicservicesohio.com, to learn more about recycling today.
There are a million places you'd never consider texting. So why would you do it while driving? Leave risky driving to the professionals. Stop the texts, and together we can stop the wrecks.
Did you know that if you have information about someone who's committed a crime or know of someone who is wanted by any law enforcement agency, you can call Crime Stoppers and possibly be eligible for a cash reward of up to $1,000. All callers remain anonymous. Make the call that pays. Call Crime Stoppers at 419-229-STOP.
Crime Stoppers! Crime Stoppers! Make the call that pays! Crime Stoppers!
Welcome back to Community Focus. I'm Anne Decker, and I'm pleased to welcome to the studio Lima Police Chief Kevin Martin. And we've got some new officers hitting the streets for LPD.
Well, yes, we do now. It's still going to be about another week before they actually hit the streets, because they're currently going through their what we call our in-house training, where they're learning the specifics of Lima City ordinances and also the police department's policies, and those things that are specific to our community. Also getting a chance to meet and interact with neighborhood association representatives for the first time and those types of things.
How much training do the guys actually get? You know, before they come to you and then after they get there?
Well, again, and the training is ongoing throughout the career of a police officer. You know, and there are still things I attend training for. And this is the type of job that if you ever think that you know it all, then you're probably going to get yourself in trouble. There's always something to learn, and there's that continuous ongoing training. The state requires continuing education, but the police academy itself, the full-time academies now are roughly about 18 weeks long, and that includes a whole wide range of things. Again, everything from use of force, proper defensive techniques, firearms training, laws of arrest, search and seizure, just the list goes on and on. The job of a police officer is a very complicated, complex one, and so it does require a great deal of training just to even to be able to get to the stage where you can be hired by our department, or if hired and once you go through the academy, before you can go into the field training program to begin working on the street.
How many officers are you hiring?
Well, on August 27th, we hired, we swore in 4 new officers that are, 3 of them actually had their police academy, and the 4th one was enrolled in the Rhodes State Police Academy, and will actually be graduating from there this week.
Wonderful. Are these brand new officers? Are they replacing people? Will there be more cops on the street?
Well, there'll be more than there currently are, but we still have fewer officers currently than what we did this time last year. We had several retirements and a few others that left us for positions with other agencies. One left us for a position in the private sector. And so these are not bringing us up to a higher level than we were before. This is actually replacing officers that had left either through retirements or taking jobs elsewhere. And we do still have 3 additional positions that we're hoping to be able to hire for before the end of the year.
Will you be doing the civil service test, or are these people already on the list?
We have an active civil service list that we're working with. The ones that we just hired came from the first half of the list that was provided to us by the Civil Service Board. Since then, they have provided us with now the second half of the list that we're working from.
Okay.
But I am going to hazard a guess that we'll probably be asking for another civil service test to be given next year.
Okay, and that's a tremendous job, so people need to pay attention if they're looking to join on with the Lima Police Department. It's a great opportunity.
Oh, it is indeed a great opportunity, and we have, I truly believe, one of the best departments in the state of Ohio, and frankly, one of the best departments our size in the United States.
How many officers do you actually have on the street?
Well, again, there's different numbers that get thrown around out there. For instance, currently our budgeted strength is 76 sworn officers, but that includes myself all the way down to the patrol ranks.
Yeah, it's been a while since you were on the street.
Yeah, a little too long, I think, sometimes. But it does not include our civilian employees, such as our dispatchers and our records clerks. But then as far as how many actual patrol officers we have, that currently is running about 12 to 13 officers per shift for patrol officers. And then we have at least 2 sergeants and 1 lieutenant assigned to each shift. Okay. And again, that's greatly scaled back from what we have had in the past. At one time we had as many as 98 sworn officers on the department. So over the years we've cut back greatly due to budget constraints and also some of it based on the shrinking population base that we've had in the city.
Are you still able to cope with fewer officers?
Well, the officers have been working a lot of overtime this summer with some of the unexpected attrition that we had with people leaving us for positions elsewhere for better pay, better benefits. We were anticipating the retirements. Those did not come by surprise, but some of the others have. And so that's caused us to have to step up the amount of overtime that officers have been working. And they've been doing a lot better, or they've really been stepping up to the challenge, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And they've been doing an extremely fine job. And I've been very, very proud of the job that the officers are doing on the street.
Wonderful. Will the next 3 bring you up to the full 76?
Yes, that would bring us up to the full 76 at that point.
Something to look forward to. Chief, if people want any more information about LPD, there's a plethora on the website, isn't there?
Yes, and in fact I would really encourage people to not only check out the Lima Police Department's website, but the entire City of Lima's new website. It's one that I think
it looks great.
Is a lot of really good effort went into making that a premier website.
All right. Appreciate you coming in today. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Lima Police Chief Kevin Martin. I'm Anne Decker, and this is Community Focus on GTV2.
Lima City Council has recently amended the city's vicious dog ordinance to deal with potential problems concerning dangerous dogs in the public.
The ordinance is comprehensive. However, here are some key elements that all dog owners and their neighbors should be aware of.
Any dog that is considered a breed of pit bull is considered a vicious dog regardless of its temperament.
A vicious dog is any dog that attacks, bites, or causes injury to a person or domestic animal with or without provocation.
Not under control of the owner and secure with a muzzle and a leash of 6 feet or less in length, all vicious dogs must be confined when outside in a pen with a secured top and bottom, or with the sides of the pen embedded at least 1 foot deep into the ground.
If you're a dog owner and have concerns about any dogs in your neighborhood, visit limapolicedepartment.com to find out more about the city's vicious dog ordinance.
The fine for noncompliance is $150 per citation, and ignorance of the law is not a defense.
If there's an emergency situation, call local law enforcement for immediate assistance.
My joints ached and I was always tired.
I was always cold, I couldn't concentrate, and my body hurt all over.
My doctor told me I had lupus. Women of childbearing age, and especially African American women, are at higher risk.
If you suspect that you have lupus, you should contact your doctor.
You're invited to attend the local lupus support group meetings on the second Thursday of each month at 1 o'clock at Lima Towers. For further information, go to connectedhands.org.
Oh, those boys are much too much. Those boys are much too much. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We're going to beat them and bust them.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Let's get a little bit rowdy. R-O-W-D-Y.
Take time to be a dad today. Call or visit fatherhood.gov to learn more.
Oh, good. A family wants to live here. It's been so long since I've had kids in my bedrooms. Wait, what's wrong with them? I love kids. Well, you can't find anything wrong with them. They look nice and so polite. No, nobody's ever going to live in me if you keep turning people away.
Been denied housing? Call the Lima Allen Council on Community Affairs. Our Fair Housing Services will look into the complaint at no cost to you.
Welcome back to Community Focus. I'm Anne Decker. The Suicide Walk is coming up on September 29th, and here in the studio today to give us some details is Mary Jane Mullenhour, who's one of the facilitators of the walk. Thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
Where and when is this walk?
The walk is held September 29th at 799 South Main, Coleman Professional Services, 10 o'clock.
Okay.
In the morning.
And where are you walking to?
We walk to the square. We meet at the Labyrinth down at Coleman, and then we walk to the square and walk back. Have a closing ceremony. We had 200 participants last year.
That's impressive.
We had fellowship, we had a balloon release, we had music, we had food, we had raffles. It's a great chance for families to come together to remember their loved one who had lost their life to suicide.
Why do you do this?
Suicide is on the rise. Last year, 1,400 Ohioans committed suicide. It's an alarming number in our community in the past year. The numbers have risen drastically. It's a chance to get the word out that depression is treatable and suicide is permanent.
What are the alternatives if somebody is depressed?
They ask for help. They call the Hope Line, they tell a friend, tell a professional. It's just important to realize that there is hope for people that have thoughts of ending their life.
Tell us about the Hope Line.
The Hope Line is the 1-800 crisis line. It's down at 799 South Main. It's 24/7. You don't have to push 1*7. You get to talk to a human person 24/7 if you're in dire need of counseling or some help.
3 o'clock in the morning, Christmas Day, somebody's there to talk to you.
Anytime, yes.
And it's a licensed professional who can help you?
A licensed professional.
Okay.
Yes.
And it's just if you need to talk or if you need help, or do they guide you through? What do they do for you?
Oh yes, they'll send you to wherever you might need to go if you're in need of help. Emergency room, perhaps just send somebody to check on you if you're in crisis.
Or if you just need somebody to talk things through with, there's somebody there for you.
Yes.
Okay. The suicide walk, you said, gathered 200 people last year?
Yes.
It's hard to believe that many people are affected by suicide in our community every year.
Around, I think last year, there was like 15 or 18 deaths due to suicide in the Lima and surrounding areas.
That's really a pretty big number for a community of our size.
It is, yes.
And so the walk is for anybody affected by suicide?
It can be co-workers, it can be friends, it can be neighbors, professionals. Last year we had the Bath Wildcat Midget football team. They had 35 members there. It was truly a heartwarming. One of their members' father had killed himself in the prior April. So it was, yeah, it was very memorable.
That's a good way to find some support and some closure for the event, too.
Very much so. This year we've added a quilt. Family members have been able to design a square for their family, and we're going to have that hanging at the walk. And in the next year, next year, it will be at various organizations' activities in the community.
Okay. Is there anything else we need to know about the suicide walk?
No, just come and join us. And,
okay. Date, time, and place again?
September 29th, 10 o'clock, 799 South Main, Coleman Professional Services.
Okay. And give us the number for the Hope Line again if anybody needs any assistance.
Okay. 1-800-567-HOPE.
Wonderful. Thank you for coming in today.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Mary Jane Mullenhour with the Suicide Walk. I'm Anne Decker, and this is Community Focus on GTV2.
They're down below. Lines, supply, and utilities we count on day and night.
Sorry, Dad!
And knowing where these lines are located before you dig matters.
Sorry, Dad!
For every project of every size, call the Ohio Utilities Protection Service at least 48 hours before you dig. It's fast, free, and it's the law. Because keeping Ohio safe,
Daddy, can I help?
matters most. Call the Ohio Utilities Protection Service before you dig.
He said he would let me play ball with the older boys if I did what he said. He said it would be our secret, and he'd beat me up if I told. And now, he wants another favor tomorrow. I just want to play ball.
Say no. Run away. Scream. It's okay to tell an adult you trust if someone is hurting you or making you uncomfortable. Feel safe. Feel strong. Feel free.
Bring out the action hero in you. Fuel up right and get energized. Be part of the greatest action movie ever. The first movie that puts you in the action. Show us how you train and eat like an action hero. Join in at actionheroalliance.com.
A message from St. Rita's and the Komen Foundation.
Breast cancer in black women often develops at an earlier age. Make sure you get a mammogram every year.
We're back on Community Focus. I'm Anne Decker, and Doug Durliat is in the studio today, and he can help you find a job if you're interested in doing manufacturing in this community. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, Anne. Yeah, we'll have another one of our basic manufacturing pathway classes scheduled to start October 8th at Rhodes State College. We're starting one in September, actually, at the Bradfield Center, and we probably would have plugged that, but it's filled. There are 14 seats, and we have more reservations than we have seats. Hopefully we can accommodate if that holds up when it starts on Tuesday. But this basic class, it gives you some real fundamental exposure to the kind of math that you might see in manufacturing, some ideas on environmental health and safety, quality, touch on some soft skills, the importance of attendance and teamwork and things along that line. And you do get referrals for job openings in the area, and we've been regularly sending information on job openings to people in all levels of our pathway program, including the basics. So the market's looking real good for manufacturing. This would be a good way to get yourself ready to take on what's been a pretty good market in the last several months.
Really? There are manufacturing jobs in our community?
There have been. Lima and the surrounding area. We send our students information on job openings in Allen, Auglaize, Putnam, Hancock, Van Wert, Hardin County, and we regularly have been getting various levels of skills of jobs. The majority are the higher level skilled jobs, but this basic class can get you started toward even more advanced training to make you more marketable for those advanced and better paying jobs.
Is there a fee for this class?
The basic class is offered at no cost. The only investment you make is your time, and put in a good effort and get the certification, and we'll help you out as much as possible for not just job referrals, but Rhodes State College, Apollo Career Center, they regularly have events like job fairs, resume writing days, and other events to help you get your chances of employment better.
What kind of a time commitment is the class?
It's 40 total hours. In the case of the manufacturing class at Rhodes that starts in October, it's 8 5-hour classes, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. So you only go to class for 8 days, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So it's a very short window of opportunity, pretty intense, but you come out of it with that certificate, and then you maybe even inspired to take on some additional training beyond that.
It's really a very short commitment for a whole new set of skills that'll change your life.
It could be. You know, we do get some people who have had some manufacturing experience, and it refreshes their memory. But we do get a lot of them who have never had any kind of exposure to manufacturing, and they get some ideas on what kind of you know, symbols you might see for hazardous materials. You know, what is an MSDS, and you know, these little things just might help you out in the interview process if you have some familiarity with them.
How do people sign up?
Just give me a call at my office, 419-995-8353, and we'll accept reservations up until October 5th.
Okay. We also have the leadership training series that's coming up, starting real soon, September 20th.
Right, and actually a lot of our original session dates are filled. We've started up a second session for many of them. These are monthly programs for incumbent workers within companies. You know, what we've seen is the baby boomers are approaching, or they've already retired. And what a lot of companies are facing is some green supervisors, and they need to understand a lot of different soft skills. You know, how do you handle multi-generational workforces? How do you conduct a meeting? How do you communicate? How do you handle conflict and things like that? And these are monthly 4-hour workshop sessions, which we started last year, and they were so successful, we started another series for 2012-13. And we're hoping for the same kind of success for this year. Again, you know, the companies, they see a real need to get their supervisors trained to face whatever types of challenges, conflicts they may get. And the instructor that we've had is Michael Borden. Very good speaker. He doesn't just follow a book and say, okay, turn to page 2 and we'll read along here. The man is loaded with all kinds of incidents, anecdotes, statistics, and so forth. And the booklet you get with this program is actually a supplement. You can take it back to your office and read over it, and it'll actually build on what you saw during that 4-hour workshop.
No, it sounds fascinating. Is there a fee for the workshop?
The workshops are with a cost, and
Okay.
again, this is through the companies. Your base rate is $115, but there are notable discounts. You know, you can send multiple employees, you can send them early bird discounts, or being a member of the consortium, you can get that down to as low as $85.
Good
and
deal.
What companies have told us is that they always send their supervisors to training sessions that cover these types of topics, and it's typical that they'd send them to another part of the state or maybe even out of state, and the transportation costs are prohibitive. So if you can have them right here in Lima, that's a value to the companies right there.
How do people sign up for the workshops?
Same thing, just give me a call at 419-995-8353 and I'll set you up with the lady with our Workforce Economic Development Department to get you set up for whatever prices you need to pay and get the number of people that you need to reserve for the sessions.
Great. Well, you've got plenty coming up as usual, and we look forward to having you back in a couple months for another update.
And I'm sure there will be something. There's always something happening right now.
Thanks for coming in today.
Okay, thanks, Ann.
Doug Durliat with the West Central Ohio Manufacturing Consortium. I'm Anne Decker, and this is Community Focus.